Ah, I bet you thought that I wouldn't ever come back, that you wouldn't see me on here again. Oh, suckers! Fooled you. Just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna get through this quickly and in order. To Erica, 8:42 is not destroying my life. I just need to control my posts. The other night, I don't know if you guys actually watched my multiple videos because nobody mentioned this. For some reason, I look like I don't have a neck tonight. This is weird. I kept getting interrupted by my mom the other night. That's the reason for the multiple posts. And then the last one just rambled on forever, and I lost half of the video because it was too long to post, and I blamed the wine. I told you that that was an experiment at the beginning of the video, or the first video, but obviously that experiment failed. And plus there's just so much to respond to. I mean, it's like we just keep adding on to the list of topics that we're discussing, and there's so much to respond to. And Erica had such a nice post about defining moments, and they were long, and I don't fault her for that, but it's just, I don't feel like I can just be like, oh yeah, defining moments, awesome. I feel like I need to give it a little bit more time. But anyway, the Erica, the pooping on the floor, I'm really sorry that happened. Gosh, yeah, Bridesmaids. Nick, that was a good one to bring up about that, because that movie was hilarious from beginning to end anyway, but that scene where they're in the bridal shop trying on dresses, and when what's her name poops in the street, and then Kristen Wiig is like, oh, you're really doing it, aren't you? You're shitting in the street. I wish, Erica, that I could have been there for you, saying, oh, you're really doing it, aren't you, Erica? You're shitting on the floor. I wish I could have done that for you. I'm sorry. But I definitely think you should make your cats clean it up. For sure. And also, yes, kudos for admitting that, and being able to talk about it. It's alright. Own it. I do have all seasons of Lost on DVD. Oh yes, I do. I don't know if I have the discipline to just pick one at random and watch it. I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I could. I think it would just open the floodgates. Yeah. Although I will say that I remember seeing something online about this special edition of all of the Lost seasons in one on DVD and Blu-ray, since they're doing that a lot now, because obviously they're going to get rid of DVDs, and I have no Blu-rays. And it was like this special box, like a treasure box with all this special stuff in it from the show, and I was like, oh my god, I need that for Christmas. But I didn't hear anything about it at Christmas. I didn't even see it, in Barnes & Noble. I forgot to look for it, but I know we weren't selling it. I don't know where it went, and I'm kind of upset about it. But thank you. I do appreciate the offer of stealing the Salvation Army red things. So regarding your foot, I'm squeamish. That I can't handle stuff like that. I'm very much a rule follower, especially when it comes to like health. If the doctor's like, you can't drink when you're taking antibiotics because they won't work as well and the infection won't go away, sinus infection, whatever it is, I'm like, not drinking alcohol. Other people, not so strict, but I don't know, I have a thing about my health, I guess. Old balls. So gross. It is really gross when I think about it. And it's like, I can't tell for sure, but I just kind of have the feeling. And like he wants to like talk about like interesting subjects, and he could just be, I mean, he's an old hippie. I know that's what he is. He's an old hippie. So it could just be that he's just like, hey man, let's just go talk about interesting things, because hippies like to do that. And that's cool. But I start getting grossed out when I think that he might be trying to like learn more about me because he finds me interesting or something. He knows I'm moving though, so that is not gonna happen either way, even if I was staying. But his photos really are cool. I'm not just saying I wouldn't do them if they weren't. If I was grossed out by the photos, I'd be like, I am out of here. He used to be a photojournalist, I think I mentioned. I mean, like he puts stuff in museums. Like some of his stuff, like he has showings and they get put in museums and shit. So I think he's pretty, legit and talented. How did you get the protective order placed against Old Balls at his place of employment with the government? I want to know more about this story. And I'm sorry that you dated such a jerk, but way to take care of shit. Way to take care of shit. You can really take care of your shit. You don't need anyone to fight your battles for you. It's true. But sometimes it's nice to have that backup. Somebody behind you being like, yeah, I get that. But did you see that nice little tie-in? Way to take care of your shit ties into Nick. Nick's response. Yeah, so I do need to just chill out on the videos. And that night, like I said, I was drinking wine and it just got out of control. It got out of control. I was up too late. The wine did not do what I thought it was going to do. It just, it made it worse. And I was joking, Nick. You're right. I was joking when I made my little video. I mean, it was like 90% joking, 10% real, where I was just like, shit, I can't handle this. I've got to get shit done. I mean, I'm glad you realized that, but I'm also glad that you point out that it's somewhat questionable whether or not I was being serious or joking, because apparently that is a problem that people have with me a lot. They don't know if I'm being serious or joking, and it's been like a lifelong thing. And I would like to say and think that maybe that's because I'm such a good actress. Or maybe it's just because I come across as such a crazy bitch so well that people think that I'm being serious. I don't know. Either way, I will take that and try and run with that in LA. Yeah. The Sports Illustrated Meltdown. That's what I'm going to call it. The Sports Illustrated Meltdown. I appreciated that. It made me laugh. It was nice to see someone else having a meltdown. But then after I thought those things, I thought, is he making fun of me because of the interruptions that I had with my mom in my multiple posts the other night that caused the big departure of Angie and me threatening to depart? But then your next video made me realize that you were not joking. I mean, you were joking, but you were serious, if that makes sense. And I still don't think you guys watch my videos because nobody commented on my mom interrupting and my reaction. I just say that because most of the time people find it really funny the way that I talk to my mom because I revert to being a 16-year-old. And I wouldn't call you sexist, Nick, for that. I was kidding also when I said you were sexist a few videos ago. I just give you a lot of shit because I feel like you give me a lot of shit. But then on this channel, you're coming across as really nice sometimes. Maybe you are nice. Now. Maybe I'm thinking of 22-year-old Nick. You know, maybe I need to take some of my own advice. And then, yeah, the taking care of your shit and all that. You got it. And the book, Goodnight iPad, I can't believe that's a real book. What can it possibly talk about? Saying goodnight to your iPad. Which, speaking of books, I am reading this. And that 8:42 is one of the things that has been taking away from my time reading this book, because normally I read before I go to bed. But lately I've been posting before I go to bed, and then it turns into crazy hours long, and then I don't have time to read. So with that, I'm going to cut this video short. Not short, it's past 10 minutes, but still under 20 and under 15. And I shall get ready for bed and read. Good day. Good night.